Thank you for joining this webinar. I am Olivier, CEO of Naotech Communication, and we have today Jan Messingman from Zoom. Jan, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks very much, Olivier. Yes, it's Ian Massingham. I'm from Zoom. I'm one of the Zoom phone channel specialists working out of EMEA, and specifically, I love working with Naotech and Olivier. So yeah, it's really great to be on here. Thanks very much for inviting us.
Thank you, Jan. So let's start with a few questions about Zoom Phone. So if you have only one sentence, how would you best describe Zoom Phone?
That's a shame I've only got one sentence, I'm afraid. So Zoom Phone is a full-featured cloud-based PBX that's built on the hugely successful Zoom meetings. It's that simple.
Great. And who is Zoom Phone target audience?
That's a good question. I don't think there really is a target audience because it covers everyone. And we have businesses which is a retail, health, finance, government, manufacturing. So there isn't any particular target vertical, and we do scale from zero to, I mean, we've got some businesses of 150,000 users and above for a single company, and it's a global reach. So we work with small businesses that are single retail outlets, right up to multinational corporate global businesses, and we support a single instance, which is Zoom Phone. So again, to answer your question, there is no particular one. We service the entire industry depending on vertical and size.
Great. Why is having one centralized communication platform so important?
Again, there's a lot of answers to that. Now, if I was in finance, for instance, I know that I've got a single monthly bill for a service so that it's forecastable, so you can put that on your bottom line, knowing exactly what you're going to be paying for on a monthly basis. That's one benefit for the finance. If I go into the IT realm, it is a centralized management. It's simple, it's easy to manage. All of our applications, including Zoom Phone, are on a single portal, so it makes the management so much easier. When we come to add moves and changes, again, it's a central portal, but also any upgrades, whether it's a software feature upgrade or an enhancement, they're all centrally based with no downtime. So again, you've got the advantages of a centralized management.
Okay, thank you. Let's take it from the top. How does the common on-prem telephony solution work?
Well, I've been in the industry. My first PBX installation was, I think, back in 1990. So I've been born and bred with the traditional PBXs. That is essentially the hardware is on site. So the brains of the system, all the interfaces are residing on site. So you have your brains, which might be a server. You have your interfaces, which might be into your handsets and also to the outside world. So that is really an on-prem PBX with all the issues that they're after instead of a centralized system.
Zoom Phone is a VoIP and cloud-based telephony solution. What do these terms mean?
So VoIP, yes, it's well used word. It's called Voice over Internet Protocol. Back in the day, now I'm going back a few years again, VoIP was the consolidation of networks. I mean, back then it was marketed as getting rid of your voice network and moving your voice network onto your data network. So it's really the consolidation, but it is so much more than that. It does so much more than that with the service level agreements, the bandwidth allocations. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But effectively, VoIP is the transportation of your voice over a data network, and that might be the internet or your local area network. Cloud is exactly what it says on the tin. It is sitting in the cloud, so it's moving all the applications that reside on premise, which might be your voice services, your CRM systems, your voice recording, your contact center. It's moving all of those from your on-premise system into the cloud. Now that potentially might be your own cloud, but with Zoom, we've got a dedicated data centers which is secure and resilient, and they're globally based as well. So effectively, cloud is exactly that. It's moving everything from on-site into a cloud-based environment.
And what makes cloud-based telephony better than on-prem telephony?
Again, I think it's back to the centralized management as well. So there's a lot to it in terms of you can make the infrastructure far more resilient. We are, I think, in 19 data centers globally, and we've got highly resilient and secure data centers. So moving from on-prem to cloud has that distinct advantage of resilience and security as well.
Great. Zoom is more than a standalone telephony solution. It's part of a full Zoom workflow. What does it mean in practice?
Well, as people know Zoom for its meetings. I think that was launched around 11, 12 years ago in terms of meetings. So Zoom is very, very well known for meetings, but we're far more than that. Zoom has got Zoom chat, Zoom webinars, Zoom events, Zoom phone, whiteboarding, and I can go on and our contact center. So it's the workflow, it's the way consumers utilize Zoom. A lot of people say have got meetings, and that was born out of the unfortunate consequence of the pandemic. The Zoom went into the stratosphere in terms of visibility, in terms of what we do for meetings. We've overlaid that now with multiple applications which enhance productivity and the way consumers utilize it. Now, not only on a user front, but we've got to be very cognizant of the fact that businesses are the shop window. So the way consumers walk into a shop window is exactly what we've been building the applications on. So it is a kind of workflow. If we take a Zoom client, for instance, we might start by having a chat. I might say, Olivia, fancy quick, can we have a phone call? We might elevate that to a phone call, and then it might be actually, let's elevate that to a video. It's the simplicity and the way we do that. But also workflows is also another application which we, again, the consumer front, it's the way they talk into the business, whether it's through a phone or whether it's a video communication. We've got to be very aware of how businesses work with their customers.
Great, thank you. What makes Zoom Phone so unique comparing to other cloud telephony solutions?
That's a very good question, actually, and it's one I get asked quite a lot. I think, to be honest, if we took it in isolation, it's not that black and white. But going back to all the applications that we've overlaid onto the Zoom infrastructure, I think that's what really wins it for me. We always talk about this single client, this single pane of glass. Now, Zoom is truly that. All these applications I mentioned on, which are the whiteboard, the Zoom chat, the meetings, the phone, the contact center, these are all sitting on a single client. And all the applications are designed for ease of use with the user in mind. We want to put the user in more control about how they deal with the way they want to work. Work is not a thing it's not a thing you do, it's where and how you do it. And we allow that to happen in whatever medium that the user wants to utilize. It might be quick chat, it might be phone call, it might be video call, it might be one-to-many, it might be one-to-many webinars, or 50,000 people on an event, which we've actually done before. So it really is built on that.
And what are Zoom Phone key features?
I've already shown my age, but I've been in the business for 30 years, and I can honestly say that I don't think there's anything that Zoom Phone needs that it hasn't already got. And if it does need it, then we'll design it. We've got 450 plus features on the Zoom Phone, but the ones that really stick out to me are call recording is already in there. It's not a license, it's already embedded within the system. Elevation from a Zoom Phone to a meetings is a click of a button. We've got multi-party conferencing. We can schedule events from your phone clients. It's a whole raft of stuff. I think the ones that stick out are probably the recording and the elevation to video. So otherwise, you've got 450 features plus to pick from.
Great, thank you. Does he have a global coverage?
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of the key differentiators. We are prevalent in 46 countries when we say natively, i.e. that Zoom provide the platform and also the calling plans as well. So people can utilize the calling plans locally, and that's in 46 countries. If we aren't in that country that the customer wants, we can do what's called a bring your own carrier. So if they've got their PSTN or the trunk lines into their system, we can, with a bit of due diligence, utilize that into our Zoom system as well. So we've got businesses that are globally based. Now they might have businesses in, say, 30, 40 countries that we cover with natively, but they might also be in areas which we don't cover natively, and we can then do a bring your own carrier capability. And we can also hybrid it as well, so there might be a bit of mix and match. So I can honestly say, apart from the embargoed countries, we can cover pretty much anything globally.
Great. Can it be integrated with external call centers?
Absolutely, yeah. We work with the likes of Twilio, Genesis, InContact, TalkDesk and Five Nines. So we're working with large businesses that might already have a contact center. Sorry, that's the dog.
It's okay, and we are living in
one of these things
in this world. That's all good.
Oh, 1 second. So yeah, contact center. So we also have launched this year Zoom Contact Center, which is our own homegrown contact center. So again, it's predicated on the single client capability. But as mentioned before, they're probably the largest external contact centers we've got, and we have got multiple clients that do work with them. So if a business has already got a already installed Twilio Five Nines contact center, we can work into that as well, so it's not a problem.
All right. Well, let me thank you very much, Jan. The Zoom Phone is really a key product and a very interesting disruptive solution. And we thank you very much for all this information.
And thank you, Olivier.